Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Nate, and welcome back to an Ask Me Anything About My Travel series. I'm excited to get back into these a lot more. Hope to give you a lot more videos because someone turned me on to this storytelling part of the videos, which I'm really enjoying trying to conjure up some good stories for you guys. So this is going to be another one of those, one of my favorite nights out on the town. But before we get to that, I like to continue showing you some of the things that I've collected on my travels. And this one, I actually have a shirt. As you can see, Jackie gave it to me as a Christmas present. Actually, I'll show it to you again. I'll show you what it means. So it says, Männer wollen nur das eine Bier. I'll get my hand out of the way. So basically, just men want only a beer. And, sometimes that's kind of true. Men are simple creatures. We like our beers, but especially in Germany, because really everything you do comes with a beer. You ride the train, you grab a beer. You have a meal, you grab a beer. Even walking around, you can grab a beer. So that's where our story actually begins, because one wonderful thing about Germany is the fact that one, you can drink at pretty much all times of night, and two, you can take your beer with you. There's no open container laws. You can drink on the street, you can drink on public transportation, as long as you're not out of control and you just are enjoying your time. Yeah, take a beer with you. It's no problem. So today's story comes from Augsburg, and it comes from some of my friends that I met there. And I guess to start the story, I actually had a friend from Columbus come visit me, my friend Matt, and we were touring around Augsburg, having a good old time. Augsburg is a really underrated city in Germany, really close to Munich, and the second largest city in Bavaria. It's where I spent most of my time in Germany. It's where my cousins were, and really our home base was in Augsburg. So lots of good stories. But this one particularly just stands out in my mind as a really hilarious time. So I already told you guys how I met my friend Sebastian Tony. If you guys didn't catch that video, you can check him out on YouTube in the archive. But I met Sebastian Tony just on a night out when I was still trying to get my legs underneath me, was really trying to feel out Augsburg, and they really just accepted me into their friend group. So they were really, really close friends of mine, especially at this point. When my friend Matt came, we we went to go meet up with Sebastian and Tony that night, and I promised my friend Matt that this would be a night worth remembering, and I think it was pretty close. So we go up to the restaurant. So Sebastian and Tony are both chefs in a restaurant downtown, and like most nights with those two, enter the restaurant and it's immediately a party. As soon as they get off work, the bartender is serving us out beers. They give us employee discounts because we're friends, so really well taken care of. And already, I mean, the shirt stands true. We were drinking pretty heavily to start the night. And man, I mean, Germans and beer is a stereotype, but good God, these guys can drink, man. Like Sebastian and Tony. Sebastian's a pretty tall guy. Tony's not a very big guy, but he can put him down like a champ, no problem. And us bigger guys had to keep up with him. So that was the way the night started, and it just kept rolling from there. Now the good thing, another great thing about Germany and the Germany drinking scene is their fast food of what they call Döner. And the fast food in Germany, in my opinion, is pretty legendary. Not only because they're open to around 4 or 5 in the morning every single night, where you can continue to buy beers if you would really like to, but the Döner, it actually comes from the Turkish street food. It's more like a gyro, like a Turkish meat kebab, but it's infused with a little bit of German style seasoning and stuff like that. And it's absolutely delicious. So definitely go get some Döner. And of course, we're jumping from bar to bar. We're eating Döner. We're having a good time. We're talking. At this point, we're all pretty toasted. And then we head to a bar called Haifisch. And Haifisch means shark, or the highest fish in German. So Tony and Sebastian, they know this guy. They know this guy really well. And it's getting pretty late. I mean, it's probably around 3 a.m. at this point. And Sebastian and Tony come in. They start ordering a couple hot dogs for us to eat, a couple bratwurst, and it's taking forever. Of course, we're having a good time anyway, But me and Sebastian are talking about the universe at this point, just in our place in it. I mean, it's that kind of night. So, but Tony, knowing the guy and knowing the bartenders and everything around in High Fish, is noticing that our Bratwursts aren't coming out. And we're like, hey man, we're getting hungry. We need these to keep going. So we started taking the coasters off the table and flicking them at the bartender and the cook. And of course, I mean, it's all in fun, but he can really, really throw these things like really, really hard. And I'm talking, I don't know, maybe this thing's going 50 miles an hour. It's going really fast. So he's just like firing these things, and he has a big stack of them. So he's just firing them at the bartender and whatnot. We're all laughing, had a good time. And of course, when you're in these moments, and of course abroad, you sort of remember that we're speaking English and not German. So we do stand out a little bit. We're loud, we're having a good time. And this guy approached us, and he goes to Tony and he starts talking in English. His English is a little bit broken, but the thing I do love about the Germans is not only that their English is outstanding, but that is a product of the fact that they try to use their English as much as possible, whenever possible, and just throw themselves out there. So this guy, a little bit broken English, he comes up to us and he's like, "Oh yeah, where are you from? Yes, this is so good that you guys are here." And and Tony, he asked us where we're from. Like, "Oh, where are you from?" And Tony's like, in German, like, "Hey, no, I'm from here. I'm from Augsburg. Like, we're German. We just have a couple friends visiting." And of course, the guy immediately switches back to English because, once again, Germans try to use every opportunity they can to to learn English. So he switches back to English and starts talking to us and Tony, and he talks to Tony as if he was one of the Americans that didn't know what was going on really. And I know that ticked Tony off just a little bit. You could see that he wasn't exactly happy, that he thought he was just some foreigner and didn't belong there. So he saw that Tony was flicking these coasters at the bartender or whatever, having fun. So he goes up to Tony and he's like, "Okay, why don't we play a game? I saw that you could throw the coasters. I have a bet for you. I stand in the corner. If I catch the coaster, you buy me a drink. If you miss the coaster, I buy you a drink." So of course, he's getting super excited about this weird game. I don't know. He was probably drunk too. But we're all sort of looking at each other like, why is this guy so interested in trying to catch coasters from, anyway, whatever. So Tony's like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever." And the guy just hurries back to his little corner. He sits there. He's like, "Okay, I'm ready." And Tony just blank stare, poker face, stares him right in the eyes, takes the coaster and just plops it about 3 feet in front of him. He's like, "Okay, where's my drink?" So you can imagine this guy not too happy about it, but we thought it was freaking hilarious. And so the guy comes running over. He's like, "Oh, come on, you didn't even give me a chance. I really wanted to try this." And Tony just picks up another coaster, shows it to him, looks him straight in the eye, and says, "If I wanted you to catch this, I would have put it right between your eyes." And we're like, "Oh, snaps!" And the whole place just erupted. And it always amazes me when someone with a second language can pull out a line just like that. But that was just like cold-blooded in the moment, looking him in the, and Tony, fearless dude. He is a fearless guy. But he didn't care. He was just, "Where's my free drink? We had a bet." So of course he got the last laugh, the guy that was making the offer, because when he came back with 2 drinks, he gave Tony a drink, and it was straight absinthe. So Tony was done for the rest of the night. But that just goes to show you that not only was that such a fun story, but I love the cultural dynamics of it all. And it's really fun to reminisce not only on the language differences that played into a lot of the stories and going out, but also the fact that I really enjoyed